guy sniping all the way down there in the corner. Yeah, beast. Yeah.
I got him. Knocked his fucking head off.
This is gonna be hard to get long shots.
Stacked. Everybody named Mama. All these Modern Warfare 2 bots.
What the fuck? What's going on, people? It's your boy Beast, and once again we are back. We are back in the building. I know you guys been waiting on this review, and here it is. I'm gonna finally give you guys the review. If you don't know who I am Beast Mode always. I am a little bit Googleable. I am the OG of COD, not because I'm a original gangster or old gamer. It's because I offer game, and if y'all don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell y'all. So your boy been on the game grinding for these camos for a long time. Now it took weeks and weeks and weeks. I've always said I was gonna grind camos, but this is the first time I actually did it and actually completed it. So I'm part of the first class no lifer committee. I'm one of the no lifer don't touch grass dude, because I got it pretty fast. Not the fastest, but I got it pretty fast. So giving a review of the game, grinding these camos, man, you wind up playing every inch of the game, you know, right? So you out here grinding camos, you playing with every gun, you running through every class, every setup, all the maps, and you wind up, you know, out of default, you just wind up playing and experiencing everything on the game. So it was easy for me to give a review of the game. So not gonna hold you guys up. Hope you have a blessed day. Let's get into it. I want to give this game a 7 or 7.5. And the reason I'm giving it that, and my whole review of this game is coming from, it's my opinion, my personal opinion. I played Modern Warfare 2, which in my opinion is the worst Call of Duty ever made, because all the experience I had with Call of Duty. And I'm not ranking this because other people and what they think. This is all me. I'm pretty much transparent. I try to give y'all what I feel and honest vibes over here. 7.5, and I had to grade it that because coming from Modern Warfare 2, I had the worst experience on that game ever. It was hard for me to play the game, and I'm not talking about just hard for me to play the game to adapt to the game. No, I could not play the game. I couldn't install the game. I couldn't load the game up and play the game. I had to reach out to those guys at Activision or whoever, back and forth emails to try to get me to get on the game and play the game. Once I did that, then I was able to play the game, and the game's trash. So to me, my opinion. So basing it on that, this game is way better than that by itself, because I didn't have none of those problems when I played this game. When I installed this game, of course, we all know this game is an update. We all know it was a DLC. No matter what anybody try to tell you, anything different, that's what it is. But coming into that, I had some thoughts of what I thought about the game. Before I even played the game, I had already gave the game in my mind like a 2. I thought the game was going to be trash. To be honest with you, I do have a good time playing this game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. You heard it from your boy. I do have a lot of good times playing this game. I got some bad, but we're going to go through the pros and cons. And remember, 7.5, right? Based on Modern Warfare 2. Not all the other Call of Duties, based on Modern Warfare 2. So I'm gonna give you guys the pros and cons of what I think about the game. And we're gonna start off with the cons first. So, gotta clear my throat. You know, I wake up in the morning and just go ahead and do these videos. And I like this version of me better than the streaming version. I love the uploading version of me. It's like an alter ego. It's like a different part of me. I like this version better. But speaking on this, the cons. Starting off with the first one, I think it's called the Armory Challenge, or the challenges that you got to do. I know you've seen billions of videos, guys. I know y'all seen like a lot of people videos talking about this, and I know you experienced this, but it is the dumbest the most stupidest, if that's a word. It is the dumbest thing that I've seen in Call of Duty. And I know I've talked about and raged about a lot of dumb things, but these challenges on this game to unlock your gun or upgrade your gun, certain things that you have to do that is beyond retarded. If you did the camo grind, for example, there is a grind with the launcher that you got to get. You got to get kills, or actually you got to destroy enemy equipment. Now, the only thing about that, it do not tell you what type of enemy equipment you have to destroy. So for days, I was running around trying to blow up all types of stuff, and the game wasn't giving me credit for it. Right. So to come find out with some Google, with some Googleable information, it's only recorded for the claymores and the proximity mines. The only thing about that, nobody has them in this game. When I was doing it, nobody was using it because you got to unlock it. Nobody had claymores. Nobody had proximity mines. Nowhere. It took me hours and hours and hours and hours, to the point to where I had to do like other people do, go to free for all and reverse boost to get it, or boost to get it. Go to free for all, go in the chat, ask people, can you please drop some claymores for me? Now this is dumb. This is all out stupid. If anybody had to do it, and I'm sure a lot of you have, because at one point that was the only way you could get it. It is dumb, and it's only like this because Call of Duty set it up like this. So I think that's a bad con. The armory system, or I think the armory challenge, I could be saying it wrong, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Dumb. That is one of the biggest cons of the game. Moving on to the second one, which is the same thing, all the challenges that you have to do. Normally in the past, or normally in any other Call of Duty, you just grind your gun. Over a length of time, you do well with your gun, you grind your gun, you use some double XP, or you wait for the double XP tokens or the weekend, and you grind it and you advance your gun, you load up your gun, you level it up. Being that the system is so different and dumb this year, you can't just do that. You can sit on here and grind a gun. You got to have a book or pamphlet to figure out how to unlock the stuff for this gun. So if you got something on this gun and you want a certain attachment, guess what? Your gun can be leveled up, but you have to actually activate it to unlock it, which is dumb, which goes into the same, armory, whatever challenge. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's stupid. It's dumb. We never had to do that in the past. And it makes the game like weird. I don't know if anybody's new to COD. Trust me, this is not normal. All right, moving on to the next one. And we saving the best one for last. And I could be missing some. And if I am missing some, make sure y'all hit me up in the comments, or in the stream. Email me, text me if you're close to me and you can get me like that, to let me know what I missed. But check this out. The old maps. Okay. This is a pro and a con, but I'm gonna go back on the pro side later. The old maps. Here is why I think the old maps are good and bad, but we're going bad. The reason why the old maps play bad for some people, it's not the maps. The play style on the maps. It's the way people play on these maps. A lot of these people that's playing these maps now are new people, right? A lot of these people are not OGs. They haven't played these maps before. So to these people, these maps are new. I hate to break it to people. All these maps are old maps. These maps are not new. That's why if anybody have seen me play, or if anybody has seen me stream, I know the spawns. I know these maps. And if anybody played these maps, you should know them too. The spawns are different, which we'll get to that too. But it's not that these maps are bad. It's the play style that people play, the way people play on these maps, which makes it bad. And you can owe all that to Warzone. Warzone made people so campy. Warzone made people so scary. Warzone has done that. People so terrified. They want to, all this kind of stuff, and they change their play style. Now, when you go back to multiplayer, which everybody is on multiplayer because you can't play Warzone right now. Now that everybody's on multiplayer, everybody's playing passive. Everybody's scary. Nowadays, KD and nuke counts, it's irrelevant. People really don't care. Yeah, it's still good to get. And I'm always grind for nukes because that's what I do. I get nukes. That's what I do. And being a good player, you always want to try to get better and do things. And you can pretty much transfer that gameplay over to Warzone. But when people play Warzone all the time and that's all they know, when they go back to multiplayer, they're playing it very passive. They're playing it very lame and very kind of scary. And so now these maps, the flow of it is very different. It's not the same. And if you play some of these maps, it's very dull and very dry. It's not because of the maps, it's because of the way people play. So the play style on these old maps is bad, is very, very bad. All right, moving on. The spawns. Now, remind you, if all these things that I'm saying were better, I still wouldn't give it a 10. I wouldn't give it a 9. I'd probably move it up to an 8, 8.5. But the spawns are so bad. As I'm speaking right now, today, which is the 4th. I don't know if they changed the spawns, but I'm just going from me playing the game. The spawns in this game are very bad. Exclusive Ace and other people have reached out to these folks earlier, before the game even released, when the beta was out, asking them, please do something about the spawns. Spawns in this game is very terrible. Me, myself, even though I know the spawns, it is not right. It's unpredictable. And sometimes you can predict the spawns, but the revenge spawns, and if you don't know what revenge spawns are when a player, when an enemy is killed by you or your teammates, they will get a spawn right behind you or your teammates. In the past, revenge spawn worked. If you kill somebody, they'll spawn close to you. But now I've noticed that even their teammates might get a revenge spawn on you. So the spawns in this game is very, very bad. It's the worst that I think I've ever seen. Actually, no, not think. It is the worst that I've ever seen in any Call of Duty. And I think they did that because they don't want people to be too aggressive. They don't want the sweats or the people that's so advanced. They don't want them to get too aggressive, drop too many nukes, and have too much of a good time. They want to make it, I guess, I'm not going to say competitive, I guess just harder for the person that is better at the game versus the novice, the person that has not played the game. So if you kill that person, you get a revenge spawn behind that person. And to be honest with you, I have gotten them myself too. Somebody has killed me, and as soon as I hit the button, that person that killed me is running away from where they killed me, and I shoot them in the back, which is not cool. So the spawns in this game is terrible. That's a bad con, and that is one of the reasons why I can't give this game a higher review point or whatever you want to call it. So the spawns are very awful. I don't care what map it is. You can predict them, and sometimes it gets real wonky, and I'm gonna make videos about that. And I'm gonna have a lot of tutorials coming about stuff like that. Those that want tutorials, those that want to see multiplayer things, tutorials, I'm gonna have some videos about that, because there is some things that you can do to finesse that. It may not work all the time, but it will help you to get better at the game. So moving on from the spawns, last but not least, and this is the last one I'm giving because I think these are the ones, in my opinion, most relevant. The list that I just gave are the most relevant to me. Skill-based matchmaking. We all talk about that, and I'm not even about to waste this video about that. Skill-based matchmaking in this game is ramped up to the highest of high. Of course, now I think they're talking about skill-based matchmaking, and they're talking about doing stuff about skill-based matchmaking. My words are kind of jumbled, man. I get on and I just go for it. I wake up, turn the computer on, turn my PC on, hit the button, and I just go. So bear with me. Skill-based matchmaking is being looked at. So hopefully, I don't know why it's being looked at. Shout out to that boy Doug, because he said this day was coming, and it's here. I think a lot of games and a lot of like X-Defiant and a lot of other games are getting away from skill-based matchmaking because it's making the game stale. It takes away so much of the content of the game because of skill-based matchmaking. And there's so many, and if you don't know about skill-based matchmaking, I got so many videos and other people's videos. You ain't even got to look at mine. You just Google it. Go to YouTube and look for skill-based matchmaking. You'll see it. You'll see the things that's happening with skill-based matchmaking, and it's not a tinfoil hat type of thing. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's actually real. So if you don't believe what I'm saying about skill-based matchmaking, go look at other people's videos and they will tell you. Skill-based matchmaking in this game is ramped up so thick and so high it's almost unplayable. It's almost like pubs is the new rank. You don't have to, this game don't have to have a rank. Just get into pubs, right? If you're a good player, just get into pubs. Skill-based matchmaking will ramp itself or make some type of maneuvering or configuration and put you in matches where you're losing your mind and your fingers. This game is the most exhausting. It's the most fun, exhausting game because of skill-based matchmaking. Sometimes when I get into a match or trying to get into a match, it takes forever to load up. And my KD has dropped, right? My KD has dropped because I was going after these camos. So now, right now, I'm a 1.4. I'm a 1.4. That's because I've been running around with knives. That's because I've been trying to stun people, which sometimes don't even work. Running around with SMGs when everybody had assault rifles and stuff like that, getting my head smushed because I'm trying to do the challenges. And the skill-based matchmaking is still crazy. So hopefully they do something about it. Hopefully, you know, they're having discussions about it. So I don't think they should get rid of it. I think they should probably just tone it down. Not even a bit, a lot. Like 50%, man. Tone it down because it's crazy. Anybody that played this game and you're good at this game, the skill-based matchmaking and that would lead into the connection and all the issues that happen in this game, it's crazy. So my final score of the game, like I said, is a 7.5. The experience has been changing now that I finished the camos and I'm able to grind with regular guns now. The experience of the game is changing. And I know sometimes in the stream, I've told people, don't get this game, don't get this game. And it's kind of hard to say, get the game, don't get the game. But what I will say is, if you do get the game, if you do get on and you want to say, hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and get the game, try it out. I don't know if you were able to get refunded, but here is what I do think about the game. My pros on the game. Here's what I think. I'm going back to the maps again. Going back to the maps. And if this is all over the place, I do apologize because I'm just waking up and going into it. The maps. All right. These maps are the same maps. Like I said before, these maps are the same maps that we had in the past. I love the old school nostalgia maps. I just wish they kind of had some new maps in it. But these maps, you got to give it a plus for these maps. These are OG maps. These are the maps that made us Call of Duty players. These are the maps that made good Call of Duty players good now. I ain't talking about these new people with all this stuff on their systems and all this, because overnight people just became gods at COD, and it's not like that. It never was like that. These are the same maps. All these old maps have a lot of jump points, jump spots. It's the same. Nothing is pretty much new. The only thing is new is the play style and the way people play. So that's a pro that we able to get Terminal. We able to get Wasteland. We able to get Favela. We able to, if I'm saying it right, we able to get Rust. I'm gonna say it again. Rust. Because back in the day, Rust was my baby. And that's why I like Rust so much. Anyway, moving on from that. The guns, except for the SMGs, the guns. Almost all the guns are good. Almost all. You got some nice, the SMGs need some work. They need a lot of buffering on the SMGs, but the ARs, beautiful. I love all the ARs in the game. The LMGs, once you level them up, certain guns in the game, you level them up, and it feels good to shoot different guns. It could be a placebo thing coming from Modern Warfare 2, but it does actually feel good to grind new guns. And I love that about the game, that you can get on the game and some of these guns, the less visual recoil. That's another pro that I want to give the game. The visual recoil on these guns. I like that the guns are like, it's like a skill gap setting up the guns, because if you want recoil or visual recoil, you can set these guns up a certain way to get it. But if you want to take some of that away, you can set these guns up to where you can take that away and make these guns a beam, right? I'm talking about laser beams. Some of these guns that I set up, they're beamers. Like, trust me, you'll see some videos about it. I'm not a sniper, and some of the snipers on this game, crazy. So the guns on the game, I got to give it a pro for that. The movement, of course, we've been waiting on movement for the longest. Modern Warfare 2 put a bad taste in everybody's mouth for movement. It's the worst movement, I want to say, in Call of Duty history. that I can think of. But they changed that. Of course, a lot of stuff that's in this game now should have been on Modern Warfare 2, but it wasn't. It wasn't. We all know that, like I said, this is a DLC. It's an update. No matter what anybody try to tell you, it is what it is. But now that we hear of Modern Warfare 3, the movement. And here is another thing that I like about the movement that probably people didn't realize that you can do. I like that the movement is the way it is, and it's a huge skill gap because you can pair up the gloves with your boots and you can change the movement. And there are some settings, and I'm gonna make videos about that too, where you can change the way your guy move. You can change the way your guy flow. You can change the way your guy slides. You can change the way your guy run, the speed of it, all that stuff. So that is a big pro because that is a major skill gap versus you having everybody pretty much got to abide by the same rules like on Modern Warfare 2. And I didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like that, and that was trash. But moving on to this, you can have more advanced movement. You can have, if you want to scale your movement down, if you're a person that plays slow and you want to scale your movement down, you can do that. If you're a person that plays fast or you run and gun, you can scale your movement up, and you can do that and have a good time doing whatever you want to do in the game. So the movement is definitely a plus. It's a little different than how it used to be, like on Warzone 1 and Vanguard or Modern Warfare 1 or whatever. It's a little different, but it's actually still good. It's decent. It's way better than Modern Warfare 2. And that is a plus. That is a major plus. And another pro for me, which is almost like a placebo, is the hit marker sound. Now, or the hit detection sound. Now, the registration and hit detection is a con. I didn't add that in the cons because I just didn't feel like it was relevant, because that goes under the umbrella of skill-based matchmaking to me, because I get so much of skill-based matchmaking that it's hard for me to decipher or distinguish between if my bullets are not working because of the net code, which is under the umbrella of skill-based matchmaking, all that stuff. So it's like, since I talked about skill-based matchmaking, it's almost like hit registration, net coding, all that stuff is underneath that to me because I experienced so much of skill-based matchmaking. But going back to the pro, it is satisfying when you shoot your gun and hear that sound that it makes. It's a satisfying sound that it makes, especially when you get the headshot. Pause. It is a satisfying sound, and it makes you aim better. I can't describe what it is. And I always said in the past, if guns sound a certain way, I can shoot better for some reason. And I had to give it a major pro for that. And that's probably my own little thing. When you're shooting a gun, it's not all loud and crazy like it is on Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3, the gun sound, it's a subtle, nice little sound that it has when you're hitting somebody, pause, when you're shooting somebody in the game. It's just the sound of it. It feels good. It sounds good. All that, pause. We're going to move on from that because there's a lot of pausing from that. Now, last but not least of my pros is the sights on this game. Some of the sights in this game, they're very OP. Like the circle one, you got the one that's a circle, and then you have the one that's familiar to the ELO, which is, I think, the MK3 reflector. That's the sight that you probably see majority of the people with, and that's not a new sight. I think they had that sight in Vanguard, I think, or Black Ops 4, and going back to IW and maybe older cards, but now it's back. And that is one of the sites that you're going to see a lot of people with. I'm glad that they brought that back. I'm glad that they got a lot of stuff back, but some of the sites are like redundant and it's over the top and they got too many. But the ones that they got, the ones that you can decipher or cycle through are good ones. The ones that they have for Modern Warfare 2 are still kind of good, but you might not see too many people using them as much because a lot of people want to use the new guns with the new sights and it gives you more visual. I pretty much like sights like that. I don't like the 3x sights and all that because I can't see. I pretty much prefer iron sights because I can see everything. But these sights, the circle one, I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm not going to pull it up. And the MK3 reflector, good sights because I can see everything and I can beam people. I can snipe with it. I can put it on my pistol. I can do whatever I want with the sight and map people. So that's just my opinion. That's just my personal opinion of it. I do like the sights. I like the optics, and it makes the game feel a lot better. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's not a lot. It's not a lot in it. Those are my pros and cons. I gave the game a 7.5. I could have given it more, and I didn't want to carry this video into skill-based matchmaking, all that stuff, because it's just a review of the game. Would I tell anybody to buy the game or not buy the game? I don't think I would tell anybody to buy the game. I don't think a 7 or 7.5 is good enough for me to tell people to buy the game. This game is nothing that I pick up my phone and brag about, right? Even though it's kind of like, but you gave it a 7 or 7.5. I only gave it a 7 or 7.5 coming from Modern Warfare 2. You got to understand that. This is coming from what we came from. Is that good enough for me to tell anybody to buy the game? No, it's not. And I'm not ragging on the game. And, oh, Biz, I thought you said you're having a good time. I'm having a decent time in the game. You still got a lot of stuff that's in the game that I don't like. But if you got the game, if you already got the game, like I already had the game, then it's not as bad as what you think. But would I waste my money to go break my neck and buy the game? No, I wouldn't, because it's an update. It's a DLC. We're not getting into that. We're not talking about that. It's just the review of the game. All in all, I think the game is decent. I'm having a better time than I thought I would. But coming from other cards, no, I would not buy this game. No, I wouldn't. Coming from Modern Warfare 2, yes, it is way better. So if you use that as a guide, then that's all I can say. Use it as a guide based on two things: Modern Warfare 2 from last year or older cards. And you have to weigh that on, you have to think about that and decipher that for yourself. But me personally, this is not a game that I'm going to call up everybody and say, hey, man, this is the shit. This is a good game. It's a decent game. I'm having a good time based on the bad experience that I had in Modern Warfare 2 and all the pros and cons and stuff like that. And that's why I give it a 7.5, guys. And that's why I'm playing the game now. And that's why I'm grinding the game now, because I'm just here right now at the point I have nothing else to do in the game. I got the nuke and I have videos about that. Actually, I got 2 nukes, but I have the video about that, and I did all the camos, so I don't know what else to do except for just get on the game and grind with the fellas, or grind with people and just do some tutorials and stuff like that and make the game fun again for me. But will I tell somebody, hey man, you got to buy this game? I wouldn't. I don't think we're there yet in Call of Duty. I think we're a long ways from that. I don't know if we'll ever get back to it. It all depends on what they do with the skill-based matchmaking. So that's my review, guys. 7.5. I'm having a decent experience with the game right now because of what I had in Modern Warfare 2. It's fun to me on that level. On that level alone is why I'm viewing the game how I'm viewing it. So I hope that answered your guys' question. I hope that helped you out in the review. This is the Beast Review. This is your boy Beast. Hope y'all have a blessed day. And like always, stay blessed, stay well. Your boy, gone.